Imagine turning a $100 investment in postcard mailings that brings in over $1,200 annually, and, or better yet, an average route customer will stay with you for 7 years, and that's $8,400 for a $100 investment. We're going to talk about that and more with these postcard mailings. Hi, I'm Greg Colosi. I have been in this dry cleaning business since 1996. I did a route-only business, and I did not own the dry cleaning plant. I wholesaled from another dry cleaner. Actually, it took me 3 to find a good one. And I had that business from 1996 to 2018, I believe. My son didn't want to take over the business, so I ended up selling it. I wish I didn't, but I ended up selling it. So I've been at this for a while, and as you'll find out, we've got some pretty exciting information to share with you with all of our videos, and this one in particular about postcard mailings. Before I forget, down in the description, subscribe to our newsletter. It goes out once a week, okay? A different marketing tip every single week. This can only help. And as you might know, you are not in the dry cleaning business. You are in the business of marketing your dry cleaner. The more time you can spend focusing on marketing your dry cleaner, the more successful you will be. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's define a successful campaign, okay? This is very important because you need to know, you just can't say, okay, this mailing cost me $1,000. That's not what it's about, okay? It's what did it cost you per customer, okay? A better way to say it is what is your investment per customer? Let's talk about that first in a little bit different context. Have you ever bought a route from someone or sold one of your routes to someone? The going rate, depending upon, if you've got a Mickey Mouse route where you're scrambled all over your city, okay, it's not worth a lot. But if you've got a highly concentrated route, let's talk about that, a highly concentrated route, where you go in a neighborhood when there's 100 houses and you got 10 to 15 of those people as your customers. And always the goal is to get more, okay? It's great to get a customer right next to an existing customer. Okay, so if you've got a concentrated route, the going price, believe it or not, is only, it's not much, 1 to 2 times annual revenue. Okay, now that does not include the cost of a van or software or anything else you've got that you can sell them. Okay, when I sold my route, I sold it at 2 times the annual revenue. Okay, now I worked out of my, right here, my man cave. I haven't been here since 1996, but the last number of years, last 20, I have been here. Okay. I've got, the van was parked in my driveway, and I had two separate drivers, and they would come in and do the route. And they didn't stop in to see me every day because, and this is getting a little bit off the subject, my route guys could only text or email me, okay? I don't want to hear all the gibberish because I was running this business and another business, this consulting business and the route business, and I didn't want to be bothered's not the correct word, but interrupted, because 1 hour of uninterrupted time is equivalent to 6 to 8 hours of interrupted time. And it's so bad with me, my wife just can't come over. She's got to text me and find out if I'm doing something before she comes over. So that's how I run it. That's how I get a lot of stuff done. And we'll talk about that in another video. Okay. So let's define what a successful postcard campaign looks like and what it doesn't look like. For example, If you spend $100 on a mailing and acquire a customer who brings in $100 per month, that is a big win, okay? $100 per month, okay? How much of that is gross profit, okay? Hopefully gross is more than 50% and net is 20%. So net, I'd go by gross because that's what's going to happen. Let's get back to the other idea that I had. Okay, if you're going to buy a route, so for 2 times. So let's say we've got a route. You're going to spend. Let's say it's does $1,200 a year. You're going to spend $2,400 to accumulate, or $1,200 to accumulate. Let's say between $1,200 and $2,400 to accumulate that one customer. Okay. Is it worth it? I think so. You know what the revenue is going to be, okay? And if you've already got an existing business, adding it to the mix is perfect, okay? So that's how you got to take a look at it. What would I pay in a route for, okay? You probably pay a lot less for that in a route, more than that in a route than you would doing it on your own. But with a route, you've got a history and you know what's working and what's not working with each individual customer. You know what the average is, and boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. Let's define a successful postcard campaign. We did that. Don't ever handle the mailing yourself. Get somebody else to do it. If you're one of these guys, I used to say $10 an hour work. Let's say $20 an hour work. Never do $20 an hour work. Okay. You can hire somebody to do that. Even if it's 5 hours a week, you shouldn't be spending time doing that. If you took that same 5 hours and spent it on marketing, like listening to videos like this, okay, you're going to be much, much, much further ahead, okay? That other stuff is tedious. If you got a family member that can do it, fine. One of your employees takes it home and does it, fine. But postcard mailings, what we're talking about today, they don't have to be, they're not handwritten. They can be done by the people that print them for you and get it out. You just got to supply them with the list. And we're not going to talk about lists on this call, but we will, on this video, but we will on another video. By the way, all the videos I shoot, there's no editing. So I just go and let it flow, okay? So let's analyze the cost and the revenue. If I mail 1,000 postcards, okay, that cost me 55 cents for postage, and I recommend a larger size, okay? This is not a dry cleaning one, but this is a 6x11. Why do I recommend a larger size? Because it does not get lost in the mail, okay? It's oversized. They're gonna see it, okay? And what you could do is you could put yourself on one side, and you can get some of your business customers and put them on the other side. Therefore, your mailing doesn't cost you a nickel. And I'll talk more about that in another video. Or if you'd like to hear more about that sooner, I'll make the video sooner. Give me a comment down below, okay? So we mail this out 55 cents a piece to do that, plus roughly 20 cents to get this sucker printed. And you gain 10 customers. That's $750 for the mailing, 10 customers, $75 each, okay? That's decent. Even at half of that, $150, if you only get half the number in, 5 at $75 a piece, okay? I mean, 5, that's $150 a customer. Still worth it, okay? Still worth it for a route customer. Not for a counter customer, but for a route customer. On this channel, I talk primarily about route customers. I will talk about how to convert counter customers to route customers, but primarily route customers. Even though I've got some ideas that I've learned from some of my members, we're going to talk primarily about route customers. Okay? So many dry cleaners misfocus on putting their logo nice and huge, okay? I don't have anything with that. See, here's one from David Whitehurst. That logo is small. I would have put it down below, okay? We don't want that to be the focus of it. We want the headline, which is 50% off. That should be above David. It should be way up at the top because people read from the top down. But that's got a nice box around it, so he probably got away with that, okay? Here's one with Dave Coyne, his cleaners. Dave has been a member, and he's got his own consulting practice now. His logo, pretty small up there, and on the other side, pretty small down there, okay, done the right way. Also, too, you want your message on the address side, okay? And let me tell you why you want your message on the address side. Because when the post deliverers, okay, I was gonna say postman, he doesn't deliver, but when your postman, what do they call those guys? I'll think of it in a minute. I'm 68, so these things leave me quickly. So when your post guy or gal puts it in, they always do the address side up. So when somebody sees in a pile, it's oversized, they pull it out, they're gonna see the best message on here. If you got the whole postcard, the same message should be on both sides. So there's a mistake on this one. Now, I've just learned this all in the last probably 30 days or so, okay? These did pretty well, but another way, you put the same message on each side. And if you're gonna do you on the front, okay? If you're gonna do a postcard with both some of your customers, you get on the front here, okay? Or you get half the front and half the back and sell half the front and half the back to some of your customers, okay? Hope that's not too confusing. If it's confusing, leave me a comment down below and I'll try to go ahead and do that. Okay, I even did it wrong, okay? But I got the logo down in the bottom, okay? Greg's Green Cleaners. On the other side, I put it up top. I would put that down below, like back here. I'd leave a smaller space here to put the address, and you still got a lot of room to write a lot of stuff, okay? So this is the front side where the address goes, okay? So instead of featuring your logo, you've got to work on a compelling headline, okay? The headline that I used didn't do it with postcards because bag drops were working so well, okay? And if you don't know what a bag drop is, I'm going to have other ones on bag drops, but anyway, let me give it to you real quick, okay? Bag drop. I wrote this 4 or 5 page sales letter. I tested it over 18 months and I found one that worked. So I wrote this sales letter, I put it like in a Ziploc bag, attached it to a vinyl garment bag with my logo on it, and I would leave it on somebody's door on a Friday. And then we go back on Monday, tell them we'd be back on Monday with this letter, okay? And then we'd go back on Monday, and either we'd have a bag full, okay, that's the best idea, okay, a bag full of dry cleaning, we got a new customer, okay? Or there would be an empty bag or no bag whatsoever. So based on what they did, we would leave a postcard to tell them what their next step is, okay? And we'd follow up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Always dropped on Friday, followed up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Had some members that tried other days, didn't work too well, but then I had one member that did not drop. He dropped because of, he dropped primarily in Florida in senior communities, and he did it another day. I don't exactly know the reason, but he got it to work by dropping it on Wednesday. Then he followed up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, okay? I know why. Because didn't want to leave it there over the weekend because the seniors were concerned if it was on their door and they weren't home, that it might say to a burglar, I'm not home. So that's what he did. I've never had that trouble, sort of that trouble, but not really, okay? So drop it off on a Friday, then follow up Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Excuse me. Drop it off on a Friday, follow up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, okay? So the headline was $10 in free dry cleaning to give my service a try. And I tried $50 in free dry cleaning, 40, 30, 20, and 10 worked the best. Who would have thought? Not me. And I've been doing this copywriting thing since the early 80s with a bunch of different businesses I had. And I even was a copywriter, okay, full time for a couple of years and made money, a good income, but it was way too much work writing copy for other businesses around my hometown and other people, okay? So that headline worked, so I used it in everything that I did. Never did it with postcards. I don't know why. Maybe we'll give it a shot here. But anyway, a headline like $10 of free dry cleaning just to try my delivery service, and you're more than welcome to go ahead and use that on anything that you have, okay? You need an offer, and this headline presents the offer, okay? I also tried 10% off, 20% off, 30% off, 40% off, 50% off. Those all bombed. I did those first. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, bombed. Then I went with 50, 40, 20, 30, 20, 10, and the 10 worked, okay? The 10 worked. The only thing I could think of is the other one sounded too good to be true, okay? And maybe that's why they decided to take that other offer. They didn't want to feel obligated, so maybe that's it, okay? So, and you need a deadline. Okay, when we dropped off those bags, the deadline was Monday. Okay, when you do a postcard, you're going to put a deadline in there, and you're going to stamp it. We don't have one on one of these, but you're going to stamp it or have it. It looks like a stamp, but have it in red, and mail those puppies out that way. Okay. Testing. You must test. Don't print 5,000 postcards and just go. Okay. Print 100. Print 200 and try it with that. Okay, if it bombs, try another headline. Okay, just if you're going to go off on your own, nothing that you've got directly from me. Okay, even if you did get them directly from me, all markets are primarily the same, but just test it. Okay, don't spend $5,000 worth of postcards. Okay, do not do that. My very first member, David Whitehurst, and he's told this many times, so I'm not telling any secrets, okay? He heard about bag drops. He came up with a brochure, okay, with no copywriting experience. Nobody helped him do it, but he made basically a brochure, okay, and attached it to a bag. He bought 5,000 bags, okay, and attached this brochure to it, put it on people's houses with no way to follow up, okay? There was no post-it note, there was no deadline, there was no anything. He said each one of those customers cost him about $500 or more, okay? That's way too high to pay for a route customer, okay? So test. And testing is not failure. You get one test not to work, you go to the next test. The faster you fail, the more successful you will be. Okay, so you fine-tune your campaign, you finally figure it out, you get it to work, and I'm going to post some videos up here on what to do next that I don't have yet. So if you're getting this right now, when it's snowing outside, they're not going to be up there, but leave me a comment down below on what else you'd like to see, anything else particular in regards to marketing with route only. Okay, I do have some ideas for the counter, and I've had some things that have worked for other people, but let's focus on the route right now. Thank you, and make it a great day. Bye.